Mario is one of the most prolific faces in video games, but he wouldn't have gotten where he is without a little pick-me-up every now and then. Power-ups define each of the greatest Mario adventures, passing out incredible abilities that breathe new life into each level. To narrow down the 10 best in the Mario franchises, we drew the line at items. So temporary perks that Mario wears or rides, like Kuribo's shoe and the spin drill, aren't included. These bonuses change Mario's DNA, and half of the trick in using them is knowing which power works best in which situation. Focusing more on functionality than nostalgia, here are our picks for the most useful, the most fun, the top 10 Mario power-ups. Mario's swimming levels have always been a drag, but here comes a transformation that allows you to coast through the game's floatiest environments with incredible precision. The downside, of course, is that being a frog hinders your ability to run anywhere above sea level. This is admittedly almost every single stage, but the frog suit happens to exist in the only Mario game with an inventory system, so it's there when you need it. Any true gentleman knows when it's time to put on this amphibian attire. The Super Mario series has a long history of using animals for power-ups and suit designs, but none of them are more graceful than the penguin suit. First introduced in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, it allows Mario to throw ice balls, freeze his enemies, and then use them as platforms or projectiles. Penguin Mario can slide across the ice or water to gain serious speed and walk across ice without slipping. Like the frog suit, it's easier for Mario to swim in this form, so it performs best in aquatic environments. The Mega Mushroom represents the empowerment of finally doing something we've always wanted to do since running into our first Super Mushroom. The Mega Mushroom allows us to crush anything, bricks, blocks, pipes, and spikes, becoming a carefree, invincible giant terror for around 30 seconds. In all honesty, it's just nice to feel like a god for a moment before the next embarrassing death at the hands of some wayward Goomba. One of the most recent power-ups is also one of the most interesting. Picking up a double cherry in Super Mario 3D World creates a copy of your character. Rather than switching between them, the two move in perfect sync, and it can take some mental gymnastics to adjust to being in two places at once. Using obstacles in the environment, you can arrange them in different formations in an attempt to get them all to the goal. But what's even more exciting is that you're not limited to just one copy. Pick up another cherry, and another, and another, and things can get pretty intense, especially in multiplayer. The Hammer Brothers are a pain, plain and simple. Even those with masterful Mario skills will still catch a stray hammer to the temple every now and then. Their unpredictability is half of what makes it so gratifying to knock both of them down. So the ability to take their power and use it against the rest of those who would terrorize the Mushroom Kingdom is a special thing. Similar to the axe in early Castlevania games, the menacing arc of each hammer throw wipes anything that can hop right off the screen. The suit is exclusive to Super Mario Bros. 3 and its updates over the years, because it's too powerful to unleash on any other game. The majority of Super Mario games require accurate precision and timing. Carefully navigating through platforms and dodging a never-ending stream of Goombas and bullet bills can get tense. All of that caution gets thrown to the wind, however, when Mario picks up a superstar. Running and jumping through levels with reckless abandon is a time-honored tradition in Mario games, no matter what new power-ups we get to play with in each sequel. There are even entire stages built around the idea of chaining together the superstar, requiring even more speed and accuracy to get past the platforming madness. of the newest entries on this list, the Super Belt dresses you up in one of the most versatile suits in any Mario game. With it, you can claw and dive at enemies and climb up practically anything. When we don't have it, we'll go out of our way to get it back by replaying old levels. We spent an unreasonable amount of time clambering up walls checking for secrets, sometimes rewarded for our tenacity. You can even scale flagpoles, making it an invaluable tool for completionists. Its most memorable moment, however, may be the final fight in the game, where players must claw their way up an enormous tower, avoiding multiple feline Bowsers. The Fire Flower is Mario's machine gun. Collecting this deadly flora lets Mario go on the offensive, actively destroying any foe foolish enough to cross his path. Boss fights become laughable as even the mighty Bowser succumbs to the onslaught. Additionally, difficult underwater levels become a breeze when you're able to incinerate fish and other obstacles. The Fire Flower is a staple of Mario's arsenal, persisting through the entire franchise, and is still as satisfying to unleash today as it was 30 years ago. Some power-ups are just so good that they define the game in which they were released. While Super Mario Bros. 3 featured some stiff competition, few can deny the iconic appearance of the rare Tanooki Suit. Borrowing only a vague likeness to the Japanese raccoon dog of the same name, the full-body fursuit features the cape feather's strength of flight and satisfying tail whip attack, as well as the unprecedented ability for passive defense. The button combo of down and B turns Mario into an invincible statue, enabling a more patient and skilled approach. It's invaluable when navigating the chaotic cannon fire of Bowser's airship fleet late in the game. While the Tanooki Suit makes appearances in later Mario installments, it's just never quite the same as its majestic debut on the NES. The same game that gave us Yoshi turned Mario into Superman, letting you leap tall pokies in a single bound and discard otherwise regenerative piles of dry bones. The cape is a hero among power-ups. Unlike the raccoon suit, you can take the cape off the ground all the way to the end of the level if you can dodge obstacles and get in sync with the back and forth motion that keeps Mario airborne. Twirling in the cape stuns or destroys certain enemies, and Mario can come crashing down to the surface if you drop him into a nosedive. We've made Mario do a lot of crazy things over the years, but none of his magical mutations are more fun and freeing than the feather that turns into a cape. Don't miss the latest chilling chapter in the saga of our D&D tabletop guild, titled An Attack on Titans. And you can update your game purchasing calendar for the new month with the games of May on our other channel, GT Reviews. We'll see you next Friday for another GT Countdown.